Hi Aquarius, here is a general look at your solar chart for August 2014, and this month looks pretty good for relationships, whether those are in your personal life or in a more professional sense. The move of Mars last month to join Saturn transiting through the area of your career, where you're going from here in life, the general trajectory of your goals and ambitions. And also it's an area to do with bosses, teachers, authority figures of all kinds. Saturn's style is to plod and to be very consistent and persevering. But Mars is anything but that. Mars is very impatient. Mars likes to come crashing in and is very competitive, has got a lot of drive. So with the two of them here together, if you understand how to handle the energies, and of course if you're listening to this you might have a little bit more insight than the ordinary person in the street, then you can be successful and go forwards with the master plan if you've got one, or maybe just a small plan or two. Mars will have you putting physical effort into really putting your shoulder behind the wheel here, and it means that you can be successful. It could be career orientated, but it can be something else that you're very much yearning and longing to achieve. But also you, because of Mars's nature, might cross swords with, or rather it could be an authority figure or a parent, but actually it could just be come into conflict, or they're feeling a bit tense because of authority figures. And just getting to know, you know, the code that they live by, the system, and what the rules and the regulations are. So maybe it's about system speak, maybe it's about what is demanded, and you need to be working a bit harder, and maybe feeling a bit frustrated at times. But if you just keep your cool and not be hasty, then all will go well and you'll make progress. And if it's not like that at all, if it's more like you are the one that is in the position of authority, you are the parent, you are the teacher, you're the boss, you're the official, then this is a time when things will start to accelerate. There will be more demands on you. It'll be more challenging. It's more challenging anyway in your career area, has been since October 2012 with the Saturn transit. This transit of Mars coming in to join Saturn is going on until the middle of September. So nothing like as long, but during this time you can cover a lot of ground. You know, you can get things more as you would like them to be, with work, with recognition in the world, with parents or authority figures, or with those that you are guardians for yourself. You know, if you're the boss, if you're the parent, and you should, as I've said before, look back 29 years to see what was going on, about 29 years ago, or maybe 14 years ago, to see what was going on then, because there was a similar thing unfolding, and you can see what happened, you know, and what happened next. And you Aquarians born in the middle 10 days, or with 15 to 19 degrees rising, are going to be feeling this energy the most, by the way. So Mars and Saturn actually have got this rather sort of methodical military, we're marching forwards here to achieve our goals feel to them, and so you can't do anything, you know, you can't fly by the seat of your pants, or you can't come in with your characteristic Aquarian unorthodoxy, or very unconventional way of doing something. This is my style and I'm sticking with it so well with this transit going on here. So you sort of have to, perhaps for a while there anyway, until you get the measure of it, dance to, you know, somebody else's tune, but that's only in order to get a foot in the door, or to establish yourself, or to you know, not poke a stick in a hornet's nest sort of thing. Okay, so now other news. Jupiter moved as well, and Jupiter for the next 12 months is going to be in your opposite sign, which is partly why I said this is a great time for relationships, even though this time of the year usually is. But this is going to be a huge boost in your relationship area over the 12 months to come. You will be pleased to hear, no doubt. And Jupiter is going to open the way to expansion in your life and new growth through certain key relationships, and it could be through just one very special person, and that can also be in your working life, not just in the love department. So because of the influence and the knowledge, the backing, whatever it is, of this other person, you're going to broaden your interests because of what they're getting up to in life. You're going to learn new things. You could travel more. You'll learn new stuff, probably, and others will be very interested in your take on things, but also just certain special others. But also you will tend to be really intrigued by theirs. And that could lead to, you know, you feel that you click, you'll feel this rapport. And that could lead to partnership, that could lead to close working association, and so on. As I say, that's going to be over the coming 12 months. So now the shorter, the fleeter, more surface transits of the Sun, Mercury and Venus, I'll go on to now, and the Sun is in this close relationship area. So you do a lot better for yourself, and maybe you enjoy things more by confiding in, collaborating with, cooperating with, including another. Just chatting, really, and chewing the fat, you know, comparing notes, that kind of thing. Very much, whether that is for, you know, friendship, whether that's in the family, whether that's in the organization, in the club, whether that is with, you know, the bosses or co-workers, whatever it is, you find that you find a way to get the most out of it. You find a way to do business together with this person, and there is a stronger feeling of mutual interaction, but also attraction. So you find the commonalities, and also, you know, this could be a time when a certain special someone kind of turns up and catches your eye, or vice versa. On the 7th, you feel obliged to be very much there on behalf of another, or in support of another. But it's also a good time on the 7th to do something nice for yourself and be there for yourself. Also, the dreamer in you could come to the surface on that day. So maybe, you know, just staying at home and playing around with, pottering about, playing around with whatever, in a kind of dreamy, imaginative sort of, making a vision real in some sort of way. Maybe it's been something you've waited to do for a while. Also, on the 8th and 9th, there's some energies there to be careful about. Try not to schedule anything too major on the 8th and 9th, but if you do, just push through with determination, and expect the unexpected, which is kind of something that you can do with both hands tied behind your back and a blindfold on, usually. Although, you know, you might raise your eyebrows. However, you kind of get a buzz off things that you really haven't been expecting. Now, until the 16th, communications tend to become more strategic, involved, confidential. Your thinking could spring from some kind of deep knowing, gut knowing. that is actually from the 16th. That's going to be going on. Until the 16th, Mercury is very much in the same place as the Sun. So you hitting it off, you clicking with others, you bouncing ideas, and very much others holding a mirror up to you, but also you consulting with somebody. This would be a good time, or somebody coming to consult with you, really exchanging views on things, really getting the measure of where somebody's coming from. And it does help you to clarify things. It helps you to clarify your own thinking, and helps you to clarify, you know, what their stand is about this thing. But also you get the information through them and from them that you really, really need and you really been looking for. And then Mercury position switches into this area where it's a more gut-based sort of thinking. It's a more sensing and feeling and sounding things out. And it can be a bit confidential. You're mulling things over, you're figuring out the odds here, you're weighing things up over something. Could be also on your mind financial things, including another party. So that can be joint financial, or it can be like an outside agency. You are looking at maybe mulling things over to do with property as well, during that time there from the 16th. And there could be more discussions related to a contract, an agreement, that kind of thing, or more thinking about it and weighing it up. Now, until the 12th, Venus is in a very more practical frame of mind. She's helpful. Others will have the goods that you need, or the knowledge that you need, or they're just giving you a hand there. It could be medical matters, I suppose. It could be to do with health or diet or exercise. And that tends to, you know, there could be somebody turn up that you can go out and jog with, that kind of thing. It's to do with close associations and making friends and partners, or you know, friends and partners being around and associates in a practical kind of a way, whether that's work with bits of kit as well, or knowledge, or whether that is in your, you know, your personal life. And you can have a reasonable interaction with health providers, those sorts of people, service providers there. But maybe you don't want to get too involved. And the thing is that maybe Venus there does tend to sort of suck you in and get more involved in somebody's personal life, perhaps, which maybe you don't want. On the other hand, you could meet somebody special in that kind of working, health-orientated environment. And then from the 12th, Venus is strong in her favorite place, in her own house of your solar chart, or one of them. And affairs of the heart definitely will be favored there. You and someone could be feeling closer, but also you again, this feeling of, yeah, I can do business with this person. So really it is about how to get the most out of close relationships for the whole month. And a problem shared is a problem halved as well. There seems to be helping hands there. There seems to be a friendly, you know, arm around your shoulder, or a sympathetic ear. And also we have to turn that all around, and we have to say somebody will see you as the friendly arm around the shoulder, the sympathetic ear, the helping hand. And that is it for August. If you know your rising sign or your moon sign, listen to those. Actually, I'm sure I've missed something out. I just have got this feeling that I haven't. Yes, avoid making anything, doing anything major, or scheduling anything really important on the 18th or the 19th, because you might not have all the facts at your disposal. You might not be seeing straight there. And also on the 25th, there looks like a really nice energy around. It's surprising, but you could, I don't know, accidentally, is there an accident ever? But be led, be drawn, following the omens into somewhere really interesting, or meet up with somebody really special there. Yes, or who turns out to be special. Also aim for some downtime on the 29th, because your energies might be at a bit of a low ebb. The energies for like the world out there, So it's kind of time to sort of do things, you know, just by yourself, sort of kind of just in your own little bubble, as it were. And you can really tap in and tune, you know, tap in and tune in to whatever you need to on that day there. And that's it. So if you do know your rising sign or your moon sign, listen to those. Also, you can, if you want to check up on something, all of this text is written up on my website. And I wish you well, and I'll see you the next time.